Yes, this is a different hat. Why? Because you know what? I can wear this hat because this is the random series. It's a random hat. Whoa, Black Betty, random hat. No, you know what? I can wear this hat because this is the random series. Random hat. Oh, Black Betty, random hat. And I discover that the microphone on the camera is not, in fact, muted. You lie. That's alright. I don't care. We'll just do the thing. Hi. Yes. Yes, indeed. As long as it's not on fire. There's a very strict no fire on the husband policy here at the Troubadork show. And that all works. I'm going to go ahead and mute this thing. That's okay. Does the hat have dice, says Rick, who's still not showing up in the chat, weirdly enough. No, but I can tell you why this is a random thing. Oh, there. Now I bet you can hear me. Because I will wager that... Yeah, things are just... There's our official technical hoo-ha with the Troubadork show. Yes, indeed. This is a Troubadork hat, which I have had for rather a long time. It's a pretty standard Italian Troubadork. I know it's an Italian Troubadork because it says made in Italy. Troubadork thingy. And it's a random hat because this is the week of random shows. The random shows are because what I did is I took a big long list of all the songs that I know and I put them into a spreadsheet, and I set up a little randomizing thing on the spreadsheet, which I won't go into detail because it's very geeky, and if you're not a spreadsheet guy, you'll probably have no interest in it whatsoever, unless you have to occasionally make randomized lists, in which case it's beautiful. It's a very simple function. Just look up Excel random function, you'll find it. So I put in all the songs, and I randomized them. And I looked at it and said, well, that's not too bad. And I just broke it into chunks of four songs for each show, because each show has about 4 songs in it. And that's how we did it. That's how we got there. Am I having network issues? I don't know that I'm having network issues here. I don't see any issues going across the board. Rick, are you having problems hearing me or seeing me? I know not. I know not what's going on here. None that I'm aware of. There we go. So we have our Doppler shift here. We'll mute that. Hey, Rick. And none that I am aware of, Rick. There we go. And amusingly enough, if I reply to Rick's comment, I don't see it there either. So I don't know where we're going. I don't know what's going on, but we're doing our darndest here at the Troubadork show. So I have 2 weeks. I actually have 9 shows, and I don't repeat a single song in any of them. For those of you who are curious, we get some of the good stuff throughout the week. So later on, I'll be doing Internet Famous. Another day, I'll be doing Werewolf. Another day, I'll be doing Faire's been good. We're going to do burlap. And we're going to just see how it all goes. It should be very interesting. I fully expect that it'll work fine. I froze for a moment. Well, that's because we're going through restream.io, which is where we see this weirdness where it just gets weird. Oh, that's all right. So we're going through Restream, which is streaming this to Facebook and YouTube and to Twitch. And I welcome any and all Twitch people who just happen to show up. I've had somebody from France, somebody from Spain, so I are international now. So it's an Italian hat, so that's a good thing. I really should have the rambling and stories and stuff part going on right now, because that's clearly what we're doing. So that's where we are. We actually have 9 weeks worth of shows lined up as far as the set list goes, and then I'll just randomize it again. Although the last show is on my birthday, July 6th. I'm taking that day off because I can. And so that may just turn out to be a do whatever the heck it is seems like a good idea at the time show. We'll find out. And yes, we did. Yeah, the sound all works pretty well. The microphone is now much farther away than it was before. It's actually behind where the camera used to be, and now it's just slightly to the side of where the camera is. And that's all right. I think we're going to do okay here. Ooh, you know what I failed to do? Oh, gosh darn it. You know what? Welcome to the other technical frou-frou portion of our program, where Tobias has to remember what the songs are and put them in. Yes, that's right. Welcome. Hello, Cat. Yes, I messed up, Cat, but I'll be okay. It will be fine. It will be fine. I promise you. What I'm doing now is I am actually putting in the titles that you will see momentarily while my cat is heckling me, demanding love and affection. Because she's a cat and that's her job. Let's be honest about this. Now, I also wound up going to the day job for the first half of the day, so that's probably partially why I don't have this as sorted out. There we go. Now it's all set up, which means I can go to song 1, and it goes, hey, there's our first song. See, that's not hard. We can do this. We can totally do this here. Today's challenge will be to attempt to play the songs at a reasonable tempo, because I know that I have a tendency to kind of blaze right through stuff, and I really want to avoid that. It's a pretty good tempo right here. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's 4 foot taller, and he's got brown or sandy hair, and he has a hat and tankard, and he wears these great big boots, and he wanders around in a loincloth or one of them doublet suits. It feels weird playing it at this tempo, but this is actually a reasonable tempo, so I don't feel quite so bad. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's a unique individual, no one else can compare, for he always sings or juggles as he goes about the town, and he always has a great big sword that ought to narrow it down. Stands out in a crowd, surrounded by other rennies. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? If you saw him coming down the lane, you'd have to stop and stare. Don't recall if it's pickles, pretzels, or if it's popcorn that he sells, but you can hear him coming from a mile away on account that he wears bells. Like a herd of reindeer falling backwards down a spiral staircase. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's the coolest guy in all the world, I truly do declare. If you saw my friend in person, then you'd know of whom I speak, for he dresses like a pirate, now isn't that unique? Pirate with pointy ears. Elf pirate. And gossamer wings. Fairy elf pirate. And a kilt. Scottish fairy elf pirate. And horns. demon, Scottish, fairy, elf, pirate. And fangs! Vampire, demon, Scottish, fairy, elf, pirate! And a foxtail. Nobody knows why. Do you know my friend from Faire? I think I saw him over there. His name is Wolf or Hawk or Raven, or I think it might be Bear. Well, we've never met outside of Faire, but I'm sure he'll be along. Hey, wait a minute. I'm talking about you. I guess I'll end this song. There we go. We got through the entire thing and nobody died. I see we have a little bit of out of sync or bobbling and bouncing and stuff like that, and I will blame YouTube or Restream for that. Because like I said, this is going through a streaming service that is streaming through. Hello, play one from Brazil. You make a great assumption here, Samuel Asdo. I don't know a lot of Brazilian tunes. The closest I come is that I still remember. And then it gets ugly. So we'll not go through all of that because this is not a show about technique and talent. The official disclaimer and motto of the Troubadork show is, I am not very good at this. But Friend from Faire, that is a different tempo than I have been playing it at, and I have been playing it at a slightly slower tempo. Still think I'm dubbed. I might be dubbed. If I was dubbed, they would definitely have a better singer in here, that's for sure. But I have this tendency when I'm playing to go faster than I should on some of these songs. And then I'm trying to keep up, because I mean, the first time I started playing this one out in public, I was so wired up. I was like, do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? That's really fast for someone who's not very good at this. So being able to slow down a little bit is a bit of a challenge. Yes, that was Malagueña, Rick. It is actually Spanish. I don't have any Brazilian songs. If you want to make a suggestion for a Brazilian song, please do. Feel free to leave it in the comments or drop me a line at tobias@theadequate.com, and I will see what I can find. I guarantee nothing as far as the quality goes. Dubbed or drubbed. I might actually be both. When I talk about playing traditional songs, the way it's written out is T-R-A-D, period, trad. The way I do it is usually T-R-O-D, period, which is traditional music that has been clearly stepped on. So, speaking of songs that have been stepped on, the next one. Ooh. All right, I will have to go see if I can find that. I'll have to learn it, but we can try. Nice. It's a little piece of heaven. So this is, in fact, a filk song. Filk songs are when you take a popular song and you change the words. That's what a filk song is. It's like folk music, only usually it goes after some strange piece of culture, like Renaissance fairs. And that's what this one is. Let me see. I've been locked in Mortal Kombat with the opening riff for this song for the entirety of the time I've been doing these shows. Yeah. Wow, let's try. Let's take a deep breath. Don't get so wired. We're gonna be fine. Yeah. Whew. No speed Troubadork today. We are going to be relaxed and enjoy ourselves. Darn it. I pray thee, my Lord, will you hear this song? It took me years to write, but will not take too long. Based on a novel by a man named Kit, and I need a patron, so I long to be a Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. 'Tis a noble song about a wandering knight, and his loving lady keeps him up at night. His son's a lowly squire, schlepping Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Minstrel. 'Tis 100 verses, give or take a few. I'll be writing more in a week or two. I can make it Latin if you like the sound. Said who do some summon, and I long to be a Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. If you do enjoy it, I can sing it there. I get so tired of wandering from fair to fair. If you must return it, send it to the king. He'll just put his name on it and call himself a Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Minstrel. Renaissance minstrel. Minstrel. Alas, my love, you do me wrong, minstrel. All right, so I think this time I might be ahead on points. Yes, there is some fibbling and some buffering and weirdness happening with the show, and I do apologize, and I don't think it's my fault. I'm fairly certain it's not my fault. I just don't know what's going on with it. Weirdness, ahoy. That's okay. The playback will, of course, look perfectly normal because this weird behavior. My biggest fear is that I have, in fact, completely lost my internet connection. It doesn't look like I have, but that doesn't mean anything. Let me see. I can still load the pages, so I guess I'm still good. So either the technical hoo-ha is happening on just my show, or, well, something else. We don't know. We're just making this up as we go along. We honestly are. We have no idea what we're doing, and that's okay. Yeah, it does seem to be buffered all to heck and back, but that's okay. I think we're breaking Facebook. All right. So, as I said earlier, a lot of what I do is based on stuff that happens in some of the fandoms that I enjoy. And one of those fandoms is, in fact, Renaissance Festival. I do a lot of stuff with the Ren Fairs. I am wearing a different hat. Yay, you're still seeing me? That's a good sign. I actually have my show open on another page over here, and I am frozen on this side. So I figure that must just be my fault. It's my own darn fault. I am broken. That's okay. But you guys are seeing me, and so that's cool. I still don't know what's going on with the folks. Just a few folks from the West Coast. I don't see their comments don't show up over here. I don't understand it, but that's okay. So getting back to Renaissance festivals, I have written a few songs specifically about specific characters that I meet at these fairs because they're just fun. And one of them is my friend Keith, who plays the keeper of the royal combs and brushes for Queen Margaret of Scotland, Ireland, the Isles, occasionally Wales, on a good day, possibly even Putney. But, sorry, Putney's a bad word to some folks in Scarborough. I don't know why. Just one of those things. And I wrote this song for Captain Peaches. It is the Ballad of Captain Peaches, and I'm going to see if I can find where I wrote it down. There it is. There's the notes. I think that's right. No, that's the other one. That's okay. It's not like I actually know what I'm doing. Why would I have any idea what I'm doing knowing what I do? That's just bizarre. Let me see. Where did I put that? There it is. It's an A major. There we are. And here's a performance note. If you put the song that you're going to sing right under where the camera is, it looks like you're actually going to sing. You're actually singing to the camera. And people think you might actually know what you're doing. I don't, but we'll try. Oh, we sing of thieves and noblemen who sail the bounding seas, but this here ditty ain't about a single one of these. I sing of a daring swashbuckler who spans the bounding reaches, the mighty, mighty courser who is known as Captain Peaches. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's not a pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. He sails endless bounty on the mighty raging Queen, a ship the likes of which you poor land lovers never seen. She's got 16 gilded cannon and the decks are always clean, and tea is served quite promptly every day at 4:19. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's not a pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. Queen Margaret's royal hairdresser, his bravery knows no bounds. His enemies quake when the cry to the pits with them resounds. Speech fits. That's right. The fears his enemies have at his mercy quite compound, for he leaves his captured foeman better groomed than when he's found. It's an aesthetic. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's not a pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. His ship at Scarborough Harbor has a special pride of place, as it can't sail very far with pastel sails all made of lace. It's an aesthetic! But the captain and his shipwright we never would debase, and once he pays his dock fees, then he's free to leave this place. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier. Bam, bam. Piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's not a pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. One more time. So batten down the hatches, boys, and dust the chandelier, for piracy is stylish whene'er that pirate's near. He'll smite down any scalawag and leave the ladies speechless. There's not a pirate as daring as the mighty Captain Peaches. Whew. I don't think I sped up on that one, but wow, that song's got a lot of words. I wrote it. It's my own darn fault. There's some dropouts during Renaissance Minstrel, but it's working okay now. Thank you for spotting the technical footballs. It's not really a Troubadork show unless there's some technical fall for real that's going on here. I have no idea why. It's just kind of weird. But we will continue. We will carry on. We will do things and say stuff. And this next one does require a little bit of storytelling again. And if you've seen these shows and stuck around for them, this is a song I've actually done at the end of a few shows. And it's a song that had haunted me for over 20 years. True story, because back when I was going to college, we didn't have the internet. And if you heard a song, you had to hope to heck that you could remember that song, and then you could go to the record store. Hope that you have a record store. But if you hum a few bars off, you had to hope that the guy at the record store knew the song you were talking about too, because usually you could only replicate like the chorus or a couple other words. And the summer of my freshman year of college at University of Texas at Austin, 1986, a long time ago before many of you people were born. I know that to be the fact. What we have is a situation where I had a job on a floating convenience store in a lake in Tennessee. And I would drive an hour from Franklin, Tennessee to Lake Percy Prieston, Tennessee. And I would do that at 4:30 in the freaking morning and get there at 5:30 in the freaking morning because fishermen like their coffee at 5:30 in the freaking morning. But I would get this one radio station, and this one radio station at 5 o'clock would play one song every day, 5 o'clock, like the national anthem. And it was a song by the Jazz Butcher Conspiracy called Drink. And so after listening to it for the better part of 3 months, I went back to college and couldn't find it anywhere. Couldn't find it, couldn't find the music for it, couldn't find the sheet music for it. And this is before the internet. So if you wanted to know the chords to a song, you had to hope and pray that somebody on one of those Usenet news groups or bulletin boards had it, and nobody did. And my friend, Jonesy, who my wife Amy actually went to school with, was a DJ, and she tracked it down for me, and I got the chords, and I learned how to play the song. So this is a song with a lot of luggage, but it's also kind of a national anthem. It is an ode to alcoholism. In the name of art. There's an intro to this that I'm not good at yet, so I'm not going to do it. I'm broken-hearted with all this entails. It'll take some concentrated drinking to keep me on the rails. I have to hide my face, I have to hide my shame. I don't wait till I'm sober, till I get drunk again. I drink at home, I drink out, I drink in cocktail bars. Falling down, seeing stars, it suits me, and it's necessary. Falling apart in bars, I like to suffer for my art. Just one more before we part. My oh my, I can't compete. It's only heavy drinking that keeps us on our feet. Oh my, I can't complain. If it weren't for heavy drinking, we couldn't bear the pain. My, the days go by. I never can forget her, though goodness knows I've tried. Believe me, going astray in all the bars from here to Mandalay. They never close, we never pay. I don't like to think about how much I drink. It's a habit that's out of control. Oh yeah, hope I never get dry before I get old. My oh my, I can't compete. It's only heavy drinking that keeps us on our feet. Oh my, I can't complain. If it weren't for heavy drinking, we'd never play Sweet Jane. My, the days go by. I never can forget her, though goodness knows I have tried. Believe me, falling apart in bars, I like to suffer for my art. Wish I could remember how this gig got its start. I don't like to think about how much I drink. It's a habit that's out of control. Oh yeah, hope I don't get dry before I get. Hope I never get dry before I get. Hope I never get dry before I get old. And so we have come sliding in sideways in a fairly casual manner with yet another Troubadork show here, broadcasting live from an undisclosed location in San Antonio, Texas, going out over Facebook and YouTube and Twitch via Restream.io because it's free and I'm cheap and we're poorly financed here at the Troubadork show. I am actually a fairly uncle person. I am like a designated stunt uncle, so it works out pretty well. I am older than most of you, and I actually have scars older than many of you, which we have had a discussion about, some of us in person. But let's go ahead and go through the thing. I want to thank the folks who hung out with me on Twitch today. It's kind of cool. I enjoy a little bit of Jack Daniels, but I'm a massive lightweight. I am such the lightweight. It's a cultural thing for me because you put some alcohol in my hand and I'm going, oh, I must be drunk now. But that's because, and this is actually not alcohol, this is a sparkling water. That's when you can tell you're getting older, is you come to appreciate a good seltzer. Think about that for a minute. Let's talk about some other things here, which are in fact the plugs, because, ooh, there's a sign in front of me. This way. There we go. I have a tip jar. It is paypal.com/theadequate. And Robert and Rick and Emily and Miranda have all been kind enough to drop a couple of bucks in the thing, and I appreciate that a great deal. Without them, you know, this would not have some of the stuff that we've actually got here, like the good camera and the music software to pull chords out of songs and stuff. We also, of course, have the opportunity for you to support Adequacy in our lifetime at Patreon.com/theadequate. Alicia and Relly and BK and Rick, Kaylee and Richard and John and Brian and Lorene are all my Party on Patreon patron people. You get previews of stuff like the entire set of the next 2 weeks of shows, songs that I actually try to record as I desperately attempt to build an EP that I can then put out on Bandcamp. Things of that nature. Am I a millionaire? Oh, heck no. I do Renaissance festivals. The rich and goes to Ren fairs? Not so much. Yeah, I'm also streaming on the YouTube. Let me show you where that goes here. We're going to talk about, there you go. You can find me at facebook.com/theadequate and youtube.com/mplegare. And I'll have to learn that song first, Staxies, before I can play it. And I discovered that they actually do archive the streamed shows on YouTube because I'm a frickin' newbie. So it's a lot easier to get me the stream shows on there now instead of having to upload them because they already are there, which is nice. I'm kind of happy that. I'll get to it. I will. You know, we're not made of money here at the Troubadork show. Carpe Diem Comics is the official emotional support comic shop of Tobias the Adequate, the Troubadork show. Anything else you can think of, and they are physically located in McKinney, Texas. Carpe Diem Comics online.square.site. And this is also a thing, shout out, do support your local comics and gaming and craft shops, because without them there, you don't have a local, and without you there, they're just a big room full of stuff. So be kind to them if you can, even if it's like buying a gift certificate or gift card for later, because that's like a present to your future self. Consider that for a moment. I'm considering it. I feel pretty good about that. Well, I think that's about it for this one. First show of the randomizer. I would like to thank all the folks who have come on board, possibly wandered in off the street and said, well, what the heck is this going on? And it's this Troubadork show. So the shows are basically like this. We're weird people. We do weird things. We say weird stuff. And I tend to end my shows with a little comment at the end, because I also then proceed to, where is it? There it is. Yeah. I also do a little fade to black thing, because that way I can put the cards that show up at the end of the shows over here and do that gracefully. So I will do that gracefully here. Thank y'all again. I'll be back tomorrow about the same time for about the same duration of time. This is a non-commute show because the non-commute show is where I do when instead of driving home from the day job, because we're all kind of told to stick around at home because of this goofy pandemic. So there it is. So I'll leave you with this thought. The thought is this. Develop your eccentricities while you are young. That way, when you get older, People won't think you're just going gaga. David Ogilvy said that. It's words to live by.